The blondes of the apostles and the elders of great mills on true well. Of course, salutations to the hopeful elect out there, man. You arguing this doctrine, I do this in the utmost truth and sincerity. I'm the Grecian man. This week's title, the title for this week's lesson and translation lesson is going to be Jake Israel keeps America afloat. Inspiration for the show comes from the fact that I'm just being observant, being circumspect, and looking around you, and you can see the curses, man, in full effect on our people. Because, as the title says, man, we pretty much prop the society up, but we do not reap the benefits of it. Like doing the Uber Lyft thing, whatever. It's out there in Scarsdale. Scarsdale, per average, is the richest city in the United States. There's certain parts that even is more richer than others. You're like, yo, like, now I see what this shit, because I got a family member that works in Scarsdale, so you're like, yeah, it's nice, but I don't, this shit, is this really like Beverly Hills nice? Come to find out, I was in the Beverly Hills nice part. I'm talking about the fucking houses that look like mini private schools. These Edomites are living well, man, right? But check this out. I'm an Israelite with the tribe of Benjamin. The person I was dropping off was an Issacharite woman. Of course, you could tell she's going to be a cleaning lady at one of these places. And it was a garbage day to clean the whole the streets of this, luxury area. And all the garbage men are Jakes, man. So I'm thinking, like, wait a minute. I'm the one driving one of my people, so-called Mexicans, which is Issacharite, to clean up these Edomites' house. And they like to hire West Indians and they like to hire so-called West Indians and Latin tribe people to clean their house and be maids because you could pay them dirt. Some of them, they do pay them well off, it depends. But I'm talking about these houses is massive, man. It was a very, elite area, man. Multi-million-dollar homes, whatever, right? And then every single truck, man, I see is an Israelite, is a Jake. So I'm like, wait a minute, we cleaning, and I just think about the scriptures going into the fact that, we're the ones pretty much crushing the grapes. We can't get a sip of the wine. All right? We're the ones threshing the floor. We can't get a bit of the harvest. And that's us, man. Deuteronomy 28th chapter is cleaving onto us. And just like the previous societies before, previous captivities before, Jake was the one that rose these empires up, man. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, going all the way back to Egypt. In fact, during the time of the Ptolemies, Alexandria, Egypt was average regular city. But then all of a sudden, Alexandria, Egypt became one of the most elite and prompt cities in the ancient world, and it was 70% what they call Jews. All right? But the way they use it, you have to let them know that the real Jews at that time was a dark-skinned people. They propped up Alexandria, Egypt, and that's even in the book of 3rd Maccabees, man. It was a Jake that saved Ptolemy's life from the walk of the ended right there. And it was a Jake that saved his life. Israelites that was in their armies that adopted their names. In the Persian society, wait a minute, when you go to the first chapter of the book of Tobit, Tobit tells you he was doing well off in the Assyrian Empire, man. Tobit was doing well in the Assyrian Empire. Until another, rulership came up and he lost his position. Something very similar happened to Joseph. Alright? When he predicted the 7-year famine and then he stored up grain for 7 years, right? But then guess what? Egypt was divided into two, northern and southern Egypt. It was not unified, but when it became unified under the Egyptians, the true Egyptians, they didn't acknowledge the Exos which ruled. The Exos were non-Egyptians. Josephus said that they were Hebrews, man. So that another king that didn't acknowledge Joseph, and the word used by Stephen goes back to the word inheritance, hereditary. All right, they knew him. Did a lesson on it. They knew who Joseph was. When you read Exodus 1 and 8, they knew who Joseph. They knew him. Like they kept chronicles. But when it says knew, they didn't acknowledge him. Going back to the point that we built up every empire and kept that shit afloat for the longest, man. Most of the jobs are being run by Jake, all right, and Esau's benefiting off Israelites. Israelites are the main consumers and stuff, main consumers of products, man. But yet, you're not gonna find us in the Hamptons, Beverly Hills, and all these types of things. And I mean per average, because you do have Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that are well off in the society, man. I picked some up in some well off areas, man. And I'm talking about they didn't sell their soul, so to speak, man. I'm talking about they work. But that's few and far between, man. See, Esau has old money. All right? Going back to 300 years, 400 years of complete free labor by the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that they passed down to their children. All right? And you have something in this world called white privilege, man. Whereas, if white privilege wasn't a thing, then why would I have to put down my race or ethnicity, so-called, on a job application, college application, and these are different applications to help me further myself in the society? Why do I have to put down my ethnicity? Because white privilege exists, man. And these secret societies what they'll do is, or if they have any type of secret movement, if the job requires a very hard exam and you in that circle, they'll give you the easiest version of the exam and give everybody else a hard shit. You'll be finished in 10 minutes and they'll be there in an hour, and that's how you get in the job. So it's not even about what you know, it's about who you know, man. George W. Bush went to Yale with a C average, all right, and you can tell they propped that up. So it's about who you know. And they pass this on to their heirs, man. They pass this on to their sons. While our people can do shit to get really ahead, man. It's hard as fuck. In fact, I'll go as far as saying it's geared to push you back and keep you down. To keep you in the ghetto. To keep you hating each other. Because scriptures tell you that there was enmity in the womb of Jacob and Esau. So the so-called white man has a special hatred, all right? He has a special hatred for the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. From the lowest tier Edomite to the highest tier Edomite, man. It's deep in there. And you can see it come out because they release videos of so-called white people snapping and saying, nigger, you nigger this, and you speak that. Like, they just let out that racism because guess what? Because they had it backed up. It's like if you gotta take a mean piss or some shit. As soon as you get a chance to piss, you're going crazy. So when you see them let out like that, that's from years of holding them fake smiles and having token black and Spanish friends. That's what that is. And it comes out, it's like, yo, I could finally, say this guy's a nigger and all that, but they all feel like that. They all feel like that, man. But some of them, they don't even know why. Why don't white people hate the so-called Chinese so much? Or have a deep hatred for the so-called Indian people? Because they don't have that enmity, man. You might have Edomites that hate other nations, yeah, but it's not the same as much as they hate Jake. Because that's a hatred that goes back to the scriptures. And of course, our people, being the jackasses they are, Hosea 4 and 6, and just really just utter ignorance, but more so being jackasses because the so-called white man does things to show you his horns. like when you speak to a lot of older Jakes that experience slavery and segregation, they still have a hatred for Esau, but it's like one generation later, our people have forgot. To the point that they'll stand up against that person that endured the actual segregation and racism and all this type of shit that, you know, went through years ago. You have our own people that go against them. Yo, nah, you can't be saying that, OG. You can't be saying that, OG, man. That was years ago. I got tons of white friends. Here it is, the man that's been locked up in a prison, had dogs sicked on him unjustly, and he's trying to wake your monkey ass up, but our people's going against him to stick up with the so-called white man because why? Because they have quote-unquote white friends, man. You know? But this is all the will of the Lord. This is all the will of the Lord, man. We're the beggar right now. Like I said, we're the crushers of the grapes right now, man. We're the ones that's trying to load up our basket, load up our sack, our bag, but there's a huge fucking hole in it. And then guess what? That hole that's open, so-called white man got a vacuum cleaner to suck up all your shekels. You know what I'm saying? Because one way or another, he's going to find some way to bleed money out of it. You look at a lot of these people that were celebrities. Tax evasion. You know what I'm saying? And the tax shit is just a racket. I use this for example, man. You know, they pay you your taxes withholding, right? So a lot of people, what they'll do is, they'll just say, fuck it, I'm going to do this shit on my side and go under the books. You know, I run my own cab service under the books, no nothing. I want straight up cash. But check this. You could be a pedophile, rapist, murderer. You still don't care if you're driving, picking people up. You don't give a fuck. Me and other guy was talking about this yesterday. But the moment you could be an upright, standing citizen, a law-abiding citizen, the moment you accept a fucking $2 ride without logging it in, I'm talking about tax exempt, you are a criminal. So it's not about no safety and caring about who's really behind the wheel. They'll lock you up if they're not getting a piece of the pie, man. Which the IRS and tax, the income tax, was something that was supposed to, when it was first created, it was supposed to be temporal, man. And you weren't supposed to tax the people. You're supposed to tax the capital surplus on a corporation. You know? But look what it has become. An instrument of further enslavement of everybody, man. Now you got Jakes that have kids just to get a higher tax return, man. That's a real thing. Just so they can claim more kids. Because that's all they have to look forward to during the year. At the end of the year is W-2s. As this one rapper said in this song. We used to have to rely on W-2s. And that's real facts, man. That's how crazy the society is. Meanwhile, you work all year. They gonna tax the shit out you all year. And if you finally get out that hole and you start making you a little money, guess what? Now you gotta pay them back taxes after they tax you all year. And that proves that the wicked is ruling. Because everybody's in mourning. You know? Except the ones that are well off in this society, man. Primarily Esau. Because the scripture says he's not in trouble as other men. Because when I was in that rich ass area, I ain't see no Jakes coming out the house with the bathrobe and the pajamas and the sipping the coffee, picking up the newspaper. Good day, you know? That image. You don't see Jake doing that shit, man. You see Esau doing that. In fact, that's what old Edomite woman coming out of that big ass house. Not a care in the world, man. But guess what? Fuck it. It's their time to rule. But they're ruling in a cesspool anyways, you know what I'm saying? I mean, your flesh is kind of like, damn, you know, I'm here struggling. This fucking devils that's supposed to be under my thumb is ruling. Of course. But don't envy the wicked, man, because at the end of the day, all this is going to become ash. And Yahweh's kingdom is going to be an eternal, long-lasting kingdom forever and ever, man. And the most important part about Yahweh's kingdom, with us being joint heirs, it's going to be a righteous kingdom. It's not going to be a wicked, filthy, vile kingdom, man. So, with that, we just have to have patience. I also want to mention the fact that Trump want to say, let's create a wall, right? Let's make a wall. The moment you try to create a wall and stop the so-called Mexicans from coming in, the society's going to topple, man. Because Yashakar, he is hired. They do a bulk of the job, man. I want to get me some Jamaican food. I got served by an Escort. They do everything, man. Now, I know Benjamin worked multiple jobs, but Benjamin don't do everything, and don't do everything so cheap. I know that for a fact when I went to Home Depot, man. In fact, Benjamin will overcharge your ass, man. Expensive ass food. When I say Benjamin, I'm talking about you so-called West Indians, and I'm pointing out you Jamaicans, man. Expensive ass food, expensive ass for labor. But Issachar, the so-called Mexican, they'll do any fucking job for damn near dirt nothing, man. And by the way, they don't want to leave Mexico, man. They don't want to leave Mexico. You are forcing them to leave Mexico with things such as NAFTA. Alright? The North American Free Trade Agreement, which calls you to import corn, Mexico's #1 source of income, agricultural wise, and flood them at a dirt cheap rate that the local farmer couldn't compete. Hence, he has to flee over here to Babylon. He also infiltrated that land with drug cartels, narcotics. Esau, the CIA, they put those into countries to destabilize them, and they destabilized the shit out of Mexico, man. Causing the immigrant crisis, quote unquote, which I don't know how they could be immigrants when they owned this land originally. Alright? Call them immigrants in their own land. You know, that's just the nature of the so-called white man. So it's like, yo, our people can't catch a fucking break in this place, man. But this is what was told to us, man. In the ancient world, Deuteronomy 28th chapter, you had a man stand on one hill, another man stand on another hill, and in between it was a gulf. One man read the blessings if he was to keep the law, statute, commandments, and adhere to the Most High. And on the next hill, we read the curses. And we closed it off by saying, well, they say Aman, but we said the water, but Yad, let it be. So, let it be. We gotta deal with it. And I'm not saying every single Israelite sinned and disobeyed the Most High, of course not. You have an elect, you have a remnant. The Most High judge a people as a whole, judge a nation as a whole. So we're doing our prison bid. But soon the Most High is going to bring us back captive onto him, Isaiah 14th chapter, bring us back in our land, give us new bodies, when I say and a refreshed mind. You see that? A refreshed, righteous mind. That, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. That belongs to the apostles and the elders, agreements on true well. And salutations to the hopeful elect out there. You Akim to Sadakim, that do this thing in the utmost truth and sincerity. Or Shalak Rayam. I'll call those that come against this truth. And any one of them that flagged this video. Shalom.